Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Sri Giriraj Maharaj ki, Sri Govardhan Parikrama ki, Jagat Guru Shri Prabhupada ki. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we speak in Hindi or English? Mix? Okay, so we'll do English. Okay. Please repeat the pranam mantra of Giriraj after me. Namaste Girirajaya. Sri Govardhan Namine. Ashesha Klesha Nashaya. Paramananda Daine. So Giriraj is the king of all mountains. There is another very special pranam mantra you can repeat after me. Govardhana Gire Tubhyam Gopanam Sarvarakshakaha Namaste Deva Rupaya Devanam. ये बंद कर दिया. हरे कृष्ण. Devanam Sukhadaine. It says, O Govardhan Hill, you are the protector of the cowherd men. You bestow happiness on the demigods. I offer my obeisances unto you. Govardhan Hill is so special that Srila Prabhupada in his last days, his last desire was to do Govardhan Parikrama. Just imagine, Srila Prabhupada was in his quarters. How many of you have been to Srila Prabhupada's quarters in our temple? Okay, if you haven't been, then before you leave Vrindavan Dham, you should visit there once. Srila Prabhupada, so before he was about to attain Samadhi, he was about to wind up his pastimes here, and his last desire was that please take me for Govardhan Parikrama. There was a tug of war between Prabhupada and his disciples. Disciples did not feel that Prabhupada is fit enough, because he was very physically weak, that he should go for Govardhan Parikrama. Srila Prabhupada wanted to go. That was his determination. So by this we can understand how special and dear this hill is. In the Nectar of Instruction, very beautiful verse is there. Vaikuntha Janitovara Madhupuri Tatrarpi Rasotsavat Vrindaranya Mudar Pani Ramanat Tatrapi Govardhana Radha Kundatam Ihapi Gokulapate Premamrita Plavanat Kuryadasya Virajato Giritate Sevam Vivekinaka. So Rupa Goswami mentions in the Nectar of Instruction, he says that amongst all the places in this world, the 84-mile tract of land, which is in Mathura Mandal, Braj Mandal, that is the most auspicious of all places. Then he says within this 84-mile tract of land, amongst all the forests, the forest of Vrindavan is the most auspicious. Then he says that within the forest of Vrindavan, then Govardhan Hill is the most auspicious place to be. Then he says, even at Govardhan, it is Radha Kund, which is the most auspicious place in the three worlds. So you can understand that how special this is, because the potency of Giriraj is actually more than all the other holy places of the world. So we are very fortunate to circumambulate Sri Govardhan Hill in this, along with the association of devotees in Kartik Mas, because we get 1,000 times benefit of any activity done in Kartik Mas. So how does this hill come on this, on this manifest world? In this material world, how does this hill manifest? Because Sri Vrindavan Dham is nothing but is an expansion of Sri Balramji, who expands himself into the holy Dham. So in Golok Vrindavan, when Krishna was getting ready to come to Bhaumya Vrindavan, to come to Bhuloka, so Radharani, he asks Radharani, please accompany me. And Radharani gives a reply. You can repeat this after me. Yatra Vrindavanam nasti, na yatra Yamuna nadi, yatra Govardhano nasti, tatra me namana sukham. So Radharani says that my heart cannot be happy where there is no Vrindavan, no Govardhan, no Yamuna Nadi. I cannot be happy in such a place. So Krishna says, okay, I'll send all of them one by one. So he sends a part of Goloka to Bhuloka, and that Sri Vrindavan Dham therefore is not of this material world. It is actually the spiritual world. Why we cannot see it then likewise, like that? Why we cannot see Vrindavan Dham as the spiritual world? Why when we walk we see dirt, we see filth, we see things that are unclean, we see animals? How come we are not able to see that this is the spiritual world? In the Brahma Samhita it is said, Chintamani prakara sadma su kalpa vriksha. Even, you see, the trees are kalpa vriksha, there is touchstone everywhere. How come we are not able to see? So the defect lies in our vision, that the more we become spiritual by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. We become gradually purified, and thus the Holy Dham is revealed to us. Spiritual life works not just by our effort, it works on revelation from above. It's not an ascending process that you climb up the ladder. It works because of blessings. So keeping a service attitude and a humble mood and being very prayerful, devotional, that becomes the keys by which slowly these things are revealed to us. So when Lord Krishna sends Giriraj Govardhan to this world, he sends it as Shyamali Dweep. See, there are many Dvipas like Jambu Dweep, Shyamali Dweep. So in Shyamali Dweep, this particular mountain Giriraj is manifest, and he was so huge. It is mentioned he was 800,000 miles wide and 8 billion miles long. That was the size of Giriraj when he first manifested on this earth. So then how was he brought here? So there is a story in the Garga Samhita which mentions that Pulastya Rishi from Kashi, who had his ashram there, felt that if this mountain is near my ashram, then it will look very nice. So then he developed this desire. He goes to Giriraj and requests him to come with him. Giriraj says, you have to take permission from my parents. So Giriraj is the son of Dronachal Parvat. He asks Dronachal, and Dronachal hesitatingly, reluctantly agrees to send Giriraj here. Giriraj puts a condition to Pulastya Rishi that wherever I will be placed, I shall remain fixed on that spot, immovable. Pulastya Rishi agrees. And then Giriraj becomes as light as a feather, and then Pulastya Rishi carries him. On his left hand, he carries him through the airways. He comes towards Jambu Dweep. In Jambu Dweep, while passing through Braj, he is going up. While passing through Braj, over Braj, he looks at the beauty of Braj and he feels so mesmerized. At that time, by the Lord's arrangement, Pulastya Rishi feels some pressure to clear himself, to freshen himself. And so, he puts Giriraj on this spot, and then he goes to freshen himself, finishes his morning duties. When he comes back, he asks Giriraj, let's go to my ashram at Kashi. And Giriraj says, I had made a condition. Now I am fixed here, I am not going to move anywhere. So Pulastya Rishi then curses him. For this impudence, I curse you, that henceforward, on a daily basis, you will shrink by the size of a sesame seed, till seed. You will shrink. Now, Giriraj is the Lord's Parshad. He is actually Haridasa Varya. He is the topmost servant of the Lord. How can the servant of the Lord be cursed by some rishi? So he is not actually cursed, but this is a special arrangement so that he became just the right size for Krishna's pastimes. Imagine 8 billion miles long. That's very huge. So this pastime happened in Satyuga. And by the time it was Dwapar Yuga, he just became the right size to play a part in Krishna's special Govardhan pastime. So in this way, Giriraj, he appears here. There is also another story on this, that when Hanuman was bringing rocks and he was bringing huge mountains for the Setu, Ram Setu to be built. So from Himachal, he actually brought this entire Giriraj with him. But while he was passing through this space, somebody announced that no more stones and rocks are required. So then Hanumanji placed Giriraj back here on the spot. Giriraj was very upset because his desire was that the Supreme Lord Ramchandra's lotus feet should touch his head. He wanted the touch of the Lord's lotus feet, which would not now be possible, and therefore he was very upset. Hanumanji assured him, saying that in the next incarnation, when the Lord comes, not only will the Lord fulfill your desire, he will do so multifold. Many, many times he will fulfill your desire. Not only that, he will himself lift you. And with this blessing of Hanumanji, Giriraj was pacified. So in the Venu Geet, in the 10th canto, there is a very beautiful description and a prayer that the gopis make, which actually defines Giriraj. You can repeat after me. Hantaya Madri Abala Haridasa Varya Yad Rama Krishna Charana Sparsha Pramodaha Manam Tanoti Sahago Ganayos Tayoryata Pani Suya Vasakanda Kanda Mulehi. So it goes like this. Hantayam. Hantayam means oh. So the gopis are talking amongst each other. So one gopi is telling the other gopi, oh gopi, oh Abala, she says that Haridasa Varyo, the best among the servants of Lord Hari. So see, Yudhishthir Maharaj was a servant of Lord Hari. Uddhava is a great servant, but according to the gopis, the best servant of Lord Hari is Giriraj Govardhan. They denote Giriraj as Haridasa Varya, best among the servants of Lord Hari. Why? Yad Rama Krishna Charana Sparsha Pramodaha. So Giriraj is very, very pramod. He is very, very happy. Why is he very happy? Because he is getting the touch of the lotus feet of Krishna and Balaram. So he is very happy. So what is he doing? Manam Tanoti Sahago Ganayostayoryat. He is actually serving the cowherd boys. He is serving the cows. So he is doing Go Seva, he is doing Vaishnav Seva, Tayoryata, then he is doing Krishna Balram Seva. He is doing Vaishnav Seva and Go Seva first, then he is doing Krishna Balram Seva, in order. That's a big lesson for us also. You know how service attitude should be applied. Pani Surya Vasakanda Rakanda Bulaihi. So how does he serve also? Actually at that time Giriraj was very long, and there used to be streams of water that used to be falling from Giriraj. And the gopis mention that the water of Giriraj used to be so special that they used to get complete sparsha of Krishna and Balram. Nobody else used to get. What else? Grass. Giriraj gives grass for the cows, and also Durva grass for puja. There are caves. Kandara means caves. Giriraj had many caves. Now we'll go to Puchuri. That side there is Raghav Pandit Gufa. That's the place where Raghav Pandit did some bhajan. Now we don't step on Giriraj because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we set the example, understanding that Krishna is not different from Giriraj. Rather, Giriraj is not different from Krishna, so he never put a foot on Giriraj. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu set the example. So we can't go up to see, but there are many Brajavasi boys who go up, and they have mentioned, they are witness to the fact that there are many caves. So when it used to rain and Krishna used to play, That time he used to send his cowherd boys and his other friends, he used to send them in the caves. They used to continue their play activities in the caves. Krishna and Radharani used to also have a lot of intimate pastimes in the caves of Giriraj. In this way he used to serve. Kandamulehi. Also, Giriraj supplies a lot of fruits and roots. So when the Krishna, in his pastimes, when he used to become hungry, so then Giriraj used to supply so many fruits and roots. So in this way, Giriraj is the topmost servant of Shri Hari. Now when we started our parikrama, just to take you a little aerial view, let's go by a Manasik drone. First we started with Kusum Sarovar. Yes, everybody saw Kusum Sarovar. Kusum Sarovar is a very special place. One time it so happened that Radharani, there was the Kusum one there, very beautiful. Krishna is known as Vanabihari. He is the forest keeper there. He's actually the gardener, taking care of the garden. He himself introduced himself to Radharani as the protector of the garden, king's garden. He used to introduce himself like that. So Radharani, one time she was collecting flowers and some flowers fell down and they could not be used for offering. So Krishna said that I'll wash these flowers and use them to decorate your hair. So water was needed. So Krishna's flute is multi-purpose. So with his flute he dug a hole in the ground and water filled in, that is Kusum Sarovar. So very beautiful gardens are described of flowers in Kusum Sarovar, and many beautiful pastimes happened in Kusum Sarovar. Like for example, Krishna Vanamali, he is the gardener. One time when Radharani and her Sakhis were picking flowers, Krishna and his cowherd boyfriends, they arrived there. And Krishna said, "O thief, whose permission you have to take all these flowers? Whose permission?" And Radharani said, "Whose permission do I need? This forest, this one is actually Vrindavan, which my friend Vrinda is gifted to me. So as Vrindavaneshwari, it is my adhikar to take whatever flowers I want. That doesn't make me a thief. On the contrary, you are a thief. You have stolen the hearts of the gopis. You have stolen the clothes of the gopis. When you play your flute, every living entity is mesmerized. Their attention you steal, and you say, I am the thief." So what happens is, generally we say, whenever Radharani and Krishna's conversation goes on, Radharani is extremely expert. One of the special qualities that Radharani has is that she is such an expert talker that she is able to defeat Krishna in every argument. And Krishna loves being defeated by her also. One time, Krishna was on the tree, and he saw that Radharani is picking flowers from the tree. So one branch, he put his foot on one branch so that it comes a little down, because Radharani was struggling to pick. So Radharani, with one hand she caught the branch, and with the other hand she was picking flowers. That was possible because Krishna was putting his weight down on one branch. So when Radharani, she held her grip firmly, Krishna lifted his pressure of the branch, and Radharani went flying in the air, hanging. And out of nowhere, Krishna suddenly appeared below Radharani, saying, "I am here to catch you." So such pastimes happened at Kusum Sarovar. It is the place where Narad Muni was also given special mercy, and he became Naradi Gopi because he had a special desire to participate in the Ras Leela. In the Ras Leela, no male is allowed, and therefore Narad Muni thus underwent an operation, and he became Naradi Gopi. Thus he was able to participate in the Ras Leela. That pastime happened at Kusum Sarovar. When we went a little ahead, we saw Manasi Ganga. Oh, everybody took water from Manasi Ganga? Manasi Ganga means the Ganga that emerged out of Krishna's mind. So it so happened that one time Krishna saw, actually with his boyfriends, they were having a discussion. They said, "Krishna, you have killed this demon called Vatsasur. You have committed the sin of Gohatya. And because of this, now you have to go to the Ganga to take bath to get purified." So Krishna says, Ganga is so far. Who's going to go? I will call Ganga Devi here. And so from his mind, Ganga Devi, he brought. And that is Manasi Ganga, the Ganga that has come out of Krishna's mind. At that time, Ganga used to flow like a river. Now it is more like a lake. At that time, she used to flow like that. So Manasi Ganga then became an epicenter of lot of pastimes of Krishna and the gopis also. So one time, Nand Baba and Ma Yashoda were making preparations. So they were preparing a lot of items which are, which go on for a long time. Fried items they were preparing. So Krishna asks Mother Yashoda and Nand Baba, where are we going? So Nand Maharaj said that I heard one sadhu came in Braj and he glorified the advantage and the pious merit that one gets from taking bath in Ganga by this pastime. What was the pastime? So there was a snake which Garuda caught in his talons. In his claws, Garuda was catching. And the tip of the snake happened to touch Ganga while Garuda was flying just above the river Ganga. The tip of the tail of the snake touched Ganga. Immediately the snake got a four-handed Vishnu form, sat on Garuda, and Garuda took him to Vaikuntha. So when Nand Baba heard this pastime, with all the Brajvasis, they felt very much that we should go to purify ourselves by taking bath in the Ganga. To this Krishna replied, what is the need of going all the way so far? Ganga is right here in Braj. Where is it? Manasi Ganga. Nand Baba said, who said? Krishna said, I'll show you, come Baba. So then Nand Baba and all the Brajvasis, they come on the bank of Manasi Ganga. And there Krishna, he arranged for Ganga Devi to come. She came, sat on her Vahan, which is a crocodile. She came there and she offered her respects to Krishna, and thus she proved that non-different from Ma Ganga. Actually that Ganga emanates from the lotus feet of the Lord. It has a certain purifying potency, but Manasi Ganga is much more pure because it is emanating from the mind of Krishna. So it is thousands of times much more pure. So that is the pastime of Manasi Ganga. So a lot of Nauka Vihar pastimes happened at Manasi Ganga. So at Manasi Ganga, Krishna and Radharani, one time Radharani and the gopis were carrying a lot of pots of yogurt, milk, butter, and they wanted to cross. And there they saw a rickety old boat. It was already evening, it was sunset, and it was stormy weather. They wanted to cross the river. They saw this one boatman who has covered his head and he's sitting there. The boat is rickety, old, but they requested the boatman, please take us on the other side. Boatman said, see, my boat is old, I am tired, you are so many. They said, no boatman, please take us, there's no one else. So the boatman agreed. So as they went inside, then suddenly there was a storm, and the boat was almost about to capsize, and the boatman was not helping. He opened the cork also, and water started gushing in, and he started panicking, saying that we are going to drown, we are all going to drown. So Radharani and the gopis, they said, boatman, do something. He said, what can I do? You have so many pots of milk, butter, yogurt, this is so heavy. Throw it all out. So then they threw away all those pots, and then the boat again stabilized. Then they went a little ahead rowing. And then again, there was stormy weather. The waves were capsizing the boat almost. Water was entering. So again the gopi said, boatman, do something, we'll all drown. So the boatman said, you all are so many. You are having so much of ornaments and jewelry that you are wearing. Throw away all your jewelry off the boat. So they did that, and the boat again stabilized. They went a little ahead. Again it was stormy weather. Waves were floating. Boat was almost about to capsize. The gopis panicked and said, boatman, what are you doing? Boatman said, you are so many and your saris are so heavy. Remove your saris and throw them. The Radharani and the gopis, they came to the boatman and said, we'll throw you now. Then suddenly Radharani, she happened to fling her arms around the boatman,
嗯
because she saw that underneath the chadar that he was wearing, there was a was a golden flute that was sticking out. No marks for guessing who the boatman was. And then they had a special Nauka Vihar pastime that happened there. In this way, in Manasi Ganga, these special pastimes used to happen. Then we went to Haridev Mandir. Haridev is one of the primary deities, special deities of Braj. Moving ahead, we took our breakfast at ISKCON Ashram. The Maharaja of Chhatarpur, he handed it over as an offering, as a donation to His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj, whose Pushpa Samadhi is also located on the spot. Now this place that we have arrived is Govind Kund. So it so happened that just 3 days ago, there was a festival called Govardhan Puja. So Govardhan Puja was the festival which Krishna himself started. Normally we celebrate festivals wherein we celebrate the appearance of the Lord or His associates. But this is a festival that Krishna himself started instead of a festival that was going on 5,000 years ago called Indra Puja. Krishna asked, the 7-year-old Krishna asks Nanda Baba, why are we worshipping Indra? So much arrangement we have done. So many offerings, so many nice dishes we have prepared to offer to Indra. Why? Nanda Baba says, see, we are Vaishyas, we depend upon grains. And that depends on rains. Indra gives rains, so we are expressing our gratitude to him. Krishna says there is no need to do special Indra Puja. No need. Shastra also doesn't recommend why we should do. Better we should perform Govardhan Puja. We are Vaishyas, we depend on our cows. Cows come to Govardhan hill to graze. So let us do Govardhan Puja. And Krishna is so convincing and mesmerizing and gives such strong arguments and logic that Nand Baba agreed. So they prepared for a huge festival. All the Brajvasis, they were asked to prepare a lot of plates of bhoga. So they made so many laddus, so many samosas, so many sandesh, so many barfi, so many puris, so many different kinds of sabjis and different kinds of preparations were prepared. Krishna himself led the festival. They all performed parikrama. They all performed the puja. Then, to everyone's astonishment, they saw that the same Krishna expanded himself on top of Govardhan hill to accept the puja and the offerings. And Krishna, he expanded, so everybody is offering obeisances. And that Krishna, who is now on top of Giriraj, he says, I am Giriraj, I am the king of mountains. I have come to accept your offerings. Started eating whatever was there with both his hands. Finished off everything and started shouting, Aniyor, Aniyor. What did he say? Aniyor, Aniyor means give me more, give me more. That is the name of the village. This village is called Aniyor. Give me more, give me more. And then they brought even more stuff. They brought more bhoga. And this Krishna, he finished everything. He ate in front of them. They were so happy because they saw that the deity of Giriraj has come in front of them and is accepting the offering. So they were so happy, they brought whatever was there in the house. That also he finished and started saying Aniyor, Aniyor. So then finally, Balramji suggested to offer some Tulsi Manjaris. And when this Krishna, who had expanded himself as Giriraj, he ate these Tulsi Manjaris, he burped. And he said, Triptosmi, Triptosmi. That means I am now fully satisfied. So the Brajvasis were in ecstasy. Deity is coming and eating everything from our own hands. How amazing. So they were very happy. And suddenly they saw all the cartloads and dishes that they had brought of bhoga, it got refilled again. That means Giriraj, by his potency, was able to bring back everything that was offered to him. And then they all had a very nice feast. So that day of Govardhan Puja was a very special day. Everyone was happy except for one person. Who was that? Indra. He was not happy. Indra was so upset, he was unable to sleep, and he was so upset that he called the Samvartaka clouds, saying that all these Brajvasis, they have got so much carried away by the words of this talkative boy. Let me teach these Brajvasis a lesson. He called the Samvartaka clouds, which are called when there has to be destruction and annihilation. And he ordered the Samvartaka clouds. There should be so much of rainfall, finish off the entire Braj, flood it. So then it started raining so heavily. Off season. This is not the season for rain. So it started raining so heavily, and there was flood. All the cowherd men, all the cowherd ladies were extremely afraid. They ran to Krishna for help. Krishna, Krishna, Mahabhaga, please protect us. Oh Krishna, please protect us. So Krishna said, do not worry. Bring all your family members and your cows. Bring them near Govardhan Hill, and I will show you how Govardhan Hill practically protects us. So all of them, they came near Govardhan Hill. Then Krishna, he lifts with his left hand Govardhan Hill, goes and stands in between and calls everyone around him. So all the Brajvasis, they are standing in front of Krishna, who's holding Govardhan Hill. What a sight it was. And Mother Yashoda, she is feeling anxiety that such a heavy mountain and alone my Lala is holding. She is telling everyone, all the cowherd men present there, help him, help him. So all of them, they take their sticks and they try to help support Krishna. And Krishna, he makes a little trembling. And all the sticks break. Then Ma Yashoda is still panicking. How my Lala is going to hold this for such a long time? Madhu Mangal comes there. Madhu Mangal says, Maya, don't worry. I am chanting mantras. Because of that, Govardhan is as if floating. That is my mantra Shakti. Krishna is just standing there, he is acting. And Mother Yashoda says, this is not a time for joking. And Nanda Maharaj, he knows Krishna is special. He tells Ma Yashoda, do not worry. Whatever Madhu Mangal is saying, it is appropriate for this occasion. Then Madhu Mangal says, I am hungry. So they bring laddus, they bring predas. Now Krishna, he takes his flute and he starts playing his flute. When Ma Yashoda was feeling that such a heavy mountain Krishna is lifting on his left hand, he actually transfers the entire weight of the mountain on his little pinky. Such a weak part of the body. So like this, Krishna showed that actually it is weightless for him. Weightless. He starts playing his flute with one hand. And everybody becomes very mesmerized. Krishna's flute is extremely enchanting. How many of you would like to hear Krishna's flute in real life? The easy and short way is by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. By the incessant chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we can be rest assured that not only can we see Krishna face to face, as Srila Prabhupada has promised, but also we can hear the sweet sound of Krishna's flute. So in this way, days and nights were passing and all the Brajvasis were completely mesmerized by Krishna's flute playing. You know Krishna's flute playing, it is multi-purpose also. Whenever he wants to call the gopis, flute. Whenever he wants to call the cowherd boyfriends, again new melody, another melody for the cows also. Now special melody for all the Brajvasis who were so mesmerized. 7 days and 7 nights passed by and nobody felt even hunger or thirst. In between, Ma Yashoda was feeling that Krishna has not eaten anything. Krishna has not eaten anything. She told Madhu Mangal. Nobody went to disturb Krishna who was playing flute. Sridham went. Sridham went to snatch Krishna's flute, put it in his pocket, and he fed some laddus to Krishna. He was very happy. Ma Yashoda was very satisfied. Again Krishna began his flute playing. So in this way, all the Brajvasis, for 7 days and 7 nights, they were basking in the darshan of Krishna, which was extremely blissful for them. Their heart's desire being fulfilled. And the only person unhappy, Indra came himself with a vajra to attack Govardhan Hill, to attack the Brajvasis. He came himself. Behind him came many demigods seated on their respective vehicles, also with Astra Shastra, in order to attack Giriraj and the Brajvasis. They came. By his mystic potency, Krishna froze all of them. He froze them. Indra was not able to do anything with his vajra. By Krishna's mystic potency, Indra, he becomes drowsy and he is able to have a special darshan of the Lord. He is having special darshan of Krishna wherein he sees unlimited Krishnas. He sees unlimited Vishnus. And then he comes to his senses. He realizes what a big mistake he made out of pride. And he says to himself, oh, I have made an unpardonable offense. I have committed such an aparadh. Due to my pride, I was testing my own boss. And thus Indra, he repents. Immediately calls Samvartaka clouds and all the demigods to go back. The rainfall ceases. Krishna tells and announces to the Brajvasis, danger is over. You can all take your families and take your cows, take your calves, go back to your respective homes. So all the Brajvasis, they come out. They are very relieved. Krishna puts back Govardhan, places back Govardhan hill on the same spot. And all the Brajvasis are very much ecstatic and joyous at this victory of Krishna that he had over Indra. Indra was very, very disappointed and with himself. So he was wondering what to do. Brihaspati gave him advice. Take Surbi cow with you and go and apologize and fall at the feet of the Supreme Lord. He is very merciful. So Indra, he takes Surbi cow, paraphernalia for Abhishek. Other demigods also join him. Siddhas, Charanas, Vidyadharas, all of them join. And they perform an Abhishek and Aarti ceremony of Krishna. On the Ekadasi day, first Indra sends Surbi cow. Surbi performs Abhishek, offers obeisances to the Lord and performs special Abhishek. The Charanamrit that came through that Abhishek of Surbi cow is at Surbi Kund, which we will be passing through in this parikrama. Then Indra, with Airavat, performs special Abhishek of Krishna. That Charanamrit that got collected from Krishna's Abhishek, that Indra performed, is Govind Kund. This. And then they perform Aarti ceremony of Krishna. And they had such huge and beautiful paraphernalia, gold studded. And other gemstones also were studded onto it. When they finished performing the Aarti ceremony, Krishna's friends were, Madhu Mangal and others, they were watching. And they couldn't believe their eyes. Because what happened, this particular day, this is after Govardhan Puja, then next day of Govardhan Puja was the day when Krishna started lifting Govardhan hill. 7 days it lasted. The next Ekadasi, then Surbi cow came and did Abhishek. So that was the time. So what had happened was, Krishna and the cowherd boys had gone for grazing. And Krishna had gone a little away, further away. That's where Indra caught him. And that's where they performed the Abhishek ceremony of Krishna. Friends were away, some of them were peeping, they were watching what's going on. So they were mesmerized at seeing such a beautiful and elaborate Aarti ceremony being performed. Never they saw. Hymns were being chanted. Vedic hymns were being chanted. Brahmanas who were floating in the sky, they were there. So they saw this. And finally Indra, he placed a crown on Krishna, who was sitting on a very beautiful throne, and said, from now onwards, you will be known as Govinda. Before this, Krishna was known as Gopal, or the protector of the cows. But henceforward, after this Abhishek ceremony was performed by Indra, he started being known as Govinda. Therefore, Govinda Kund. Gopal means protector of the cows. Govinda means king of the cows. So now Krishna was thus crowned as the king of the cows by Indra himself. Indra offered obeisances. He offered prayers, asking and begging for forgiveness. Krishna chastised him, saying, see what pride can do. The biggest lesson we learn through Govardhan Puja Leela is what? Is pride comes before the fall. Krishna doesn't like pride in his devotees. He doesn't like. Indra himself admitted that I was very proud, and so my dear Lord, you have smashed my pride. So this is what happens with devotees. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us Trinadapi Sunichena Taroriva Saishuna Amanena Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. Always be humbler than the blade of grass. Practicing humility is a challenge. But giving into pride is absolute disaster. We learn through Govardhan pastime. Especially in the assembly of devotees, always try to be humble. Otherwise you will be made to be. So Indra was saying sorry, apology to Krishna. Krishna said, Devendra, you are Devaraj, you are actually the king of the demigods. What you did doesn't suit you, a person of your caliber. Go and do your service. I forgive you. Devendra says that my son Arjuna has already taken birth, and he will accompany you in your pastimes. Please protect him. Krishna replies, as long as I am there, you need not worry. I will fully protect him. And he will also accompany me and be a part of my mission. Saying this, Indra and all the demigods, they leave. but they leave behind the paraphernalia. Krishna's cowherd boyfriends arrived there on the spot. They take all the paraphernalia, extremely mesmerized by huge arti plates, huge different paraphernalia for offering, huge conch. They see all these gems studded, they start playing with it. And they start performing Krishna's arti with that. Playing arti, not real arti. Krishna is still sitting on the throne. And now he's laughing and laughing at seeing how they are not Vedic hymns, they are singing some Brajvasi bhajans which are also off tune. But hearing that is more pleasing. This the Devatas see from above and they say, my God, how much the Brajvasis love Krishna and how much Krishna loves the Brajvasis. Krishna is the God of sweetness. For him, offerings of love are more important. The rebukes of his parents, the rebukes of the teasing of his friends like Madhumangal are more dear to him than the suktas, than the Purusha Suktam and all the prayers of the Vedas, Vedic scriptures. He likes that more. So this is Krishna and who performed this special Leela. Therefore he was known as Giridhari. So special name of Krishna, the lifter of Govardhan hill, Giridhari. Nand Maharaj was told all of this by Madhumangal, who said that Brahma came, Indra came, all these demigods came, they performed this Abhishek. We also performed Arati after that. And then Nand Maharaj, in front of all the other Brajvasis, again crowned Krishna as Govinda. Guess which crowning ceremony, Arati ceremony and Abhishek ceremony Krishna liked best? The second one of the Brajvasis, of course. So in this way, the Govardhan Leela pastime ended. And this is a special place. So because Krishna performed such special Leelas here, Giriraj is very dear to all the Brajvasis. Now, when we go ahead from here, we will see Puchri. Puchri is the tail of Govardhan, tail. Because Govardhan is in the form of a peacock. They say, some others say also is in the form of a cow. But the peacock shape is very much visible, with Shyam Kund and Radha Kund being the eyes of Govardhan, with Mukharvind being the mouth of Govardhan, and Puchdi being the tail. So now as we go ahead, we will go to the last, that village is called Puchdi. And there is a Lota Baba there is a deity which looks like red like Hanumanji. Actually they call it Puchdi ka Lota Baba. So there was a friend of Krishna who, when Akrura was taking Krishna to Mathura from Vrindavan, this friend of Krishna told Krishna, you come and take lunch. Krishna told him, I'm just going to Mathura, I'll come back. Just now coming. Just now. You know, in India we have this special way of saying, Abhi aa raha hu. Just coming. So like that, Krishna, it's in parampara, what to do. Krishna is the one who started it. He started, I'm just coming. So he told this to Puchdi ka Baba Lota. He told him, to this friend of his, Lota, that I'm just coming. Lota, that is the name in which it is made. Lota means he's coming. So while Krishna was on the Rath, this conversation happened. Krishna, I'm coming. Krishna said, so his friend said, when? If not today, then tomorrow, but I'm coming. So Puchdi ka Baba Lota, he is eternally waiting for Krishna to arrive back. He teaches us patience in devotional life, wherein when we chant Hare Krishna and follow the principles, we may not see an overnight change. But it's a gradual one. And therefore he represents patience, which is so mandatory in spiritual life. Utsahat Nishchayat Dhairya, patience. He's still waiting. So why we can't wait for Krishna's mercy? Patience is very crucial in spiritual life. A little ahead we go, then there is Surabhi Kund. We described the pastime there. Then we see Jatipura. Actually right here is Madhavendra Puri's Bhajan Kutir. Madhavendra Puri is a great acharya in the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, to whom Gopalji revealed himself. So in the Pushti Marg Sampradaya, Vallabhacharya, you may see Mahaprabhu Vallabhacharya Baitak, couple of places it is written. So it was actually Madhavendra Puri who had a dream while he was performing bhajan here on the foothill of Govardhan, wherein the Lord came to him and said that I am residing here. Please establish my worship. So he goes and he finds the deity of Gopalji, which was installed and being worshipped here. Then subsequently when Aurangzeb attacked, Vrindavan, that time this deity was shifted to Nathdwara in Rajasthan near Udaipur. So now today also Nathdwara, Srinathji is very famous in the Pushti Sampradaya. So the origin of that is actually by Madhavendra Puri, who found the deity, discovered the deity, established the worship, handed it over to the Pushti Sampradaya. So actually Srinathji is a Gaudiya Vaishnava deity. But the Pushti Margis love it so much, the Vallabhites, the followers of Vallabhacharya, love it so much that they perform the worship and it is now synonymous with them. Whereas originally it was founded by Madhavendra Puri. So this is the Bhajan Kutir a little ahead of Madhavendra Puri. So Jatipura is the place where Madhavendra Puri discovered the deity. That also comes ahead as we move along. Ahead you will come across Uddhav Kund. Uddhav Kund is the place where Uddhav eternally resides. Uddhavji, the cousin of Krishna, was very dear to him. And he had a little pride of being very close to Krishna. So Krishna sends him to the gopis of Braj. And when he sees the mood that the gopis have, he becomes extremely humble and he prays to take the dust of the lotus feet of the gopis. But he knows that he cannot directly ask for it because the gopis, they know that Uddhava is Krishna's cousin. So they are going to deal with him respectfully. They will never allow. They will become embarrassed if he offers obeisances to them. Therefore Uddhava prays to become grass. So at Uddhav Kund, that grass is synonymous with him. Why grass? Because when the gopis will walk over him, the dust of the gopis' lotus feet will fall on his head. So Uddhava is eternally residing there at Uddhav Kund in the form of grass. Krishna's queens, 16,108 queens, after his disappearance, when they felt so much of separation from Krishna, were advised to go to Uddhavji to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from him. So for 30 days, Uddhavji, he spoke Srimad Bhagavatam to Krishna's queens after his departure, and thus they were pacified from the strong feelings of separation that they had for Krishna. So that is the significance of Uddhav Kund that we will pass. And finally, as we move along, we will see that the last village and last destination that comes will be Radha Kund. Radha Kund is the most auspicious place. For us, Radha Kund means Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur giving the order to Srila Prabhupada, if you ever get money, distribute books, print books, he said, print books if you ever get money. So Radha Kund and Shyam Kund are extremely the most auspicious places on the planet, on this universe actually, as mentioned by Srila Rupa Goswami. So when we go there, we should take some water of Radha Kund on our heads and then move along, knowing well, while you are doing Radha Kund Parikrama, please keep your consciousness extremely pure, because it is the holiest of all holy places. It was actually Arishtagram, because Krishna killed Arishtasur there. So Radharani told him that you have done Gohatya. So now you have to go and bathe in all the holy places. Krishna says, why I'll go? I'll call all of them here. So he called all the holy places there. They filled the hole that was there with his flute, multi-purpose flute, specially used for digging kundas many places. So he fills up the kund with all the holy place waters. They each come, introduce themselves. Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Narmada, Sindhu, Kaveri, all of them introduce themselves, fill up the water. Krishna takes bath. He says, I am purified, Radharani, but you are contaminated because you took side of Arishtasur, who was a demon. Now you purify yourself. She said, I will also get purified. Krishna said, take my water, not your water. Your water is contaminated because you took bath in that. I'll get my own water from Mansi Ganga. So all the gopis, because Arishtasur had dug a hole because of his hoof print, so that the gopis used their bangles, they dug it further, took water from Manasi Ganga by pots and filled that kund called Radha Kund. So that is the most special significance of Radha Kund. So when we complete Radha Kund, then you come back to Kusum Sarovar, and that's how we will complete our parikrama. Sri Giriraj Maharaj ki. So there is a special prayer by which we will end. This is a prayer by Raghunath Das Goswami. You can repeat after me. Giriripa Haridas Shrenivaryeti Nama Mridamidam Uditam Shri Radhika Vakta Chandrat Vrajannavati Lakatve क्लिप्त वेदे स्फुटम में निज निकट निवासम देहि गोवर्धन त्वाम. He says, O Govardhan, king of mountains, because the nectar of your name as Hari's best servant emanated from Srimati Radharani's pearl-like mouth, which was revealed by Vedic scriptures like the Srimad Bhagavatam, you are called the new Tilak of Braj. Govardhan is the Tilak of Braj. Please allow me to live close by you. That's the prayer. Nija nikatani vasam dehi govardhanatva. Nija nikat, please near you, please allow me residence. So we are all very fortunate because we are, in the last couple of days, we have got a few days of residence near Govardhan Hill in Sri Vrindavan Dham. So we should feel very grateful, fortunate, and we can pray to Giriraj Ji, who fulfills all spiritual desires, to give us strength to progress in our devotional life and to give us opportunity to perform more and more Vaishnava Seva, for that is the essence of what even Giriraj himself does. Revealer of the Holy Dham, Srila Prabhupada ki, Giriraj Maharaj ki, Giriraj Parikrama ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. So now with the Kirtan party, we move ahead and go towards Puchdi and continue our Parikrama. Hare Krishna.